Recording. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. This is Move Easy Yoga online with via August 17th, 2020. This is a picture of a woman who is what I call slouching on the couch. It's actually good for you, better for you than seated, than chair seated, because you're not loading the spine for a long time. You're actually letting it relax. Now I will stop that share and we will start the class. And I guess I didn't spotlight Kathy yet. Let me see something. I know what I didn't. I'm not on the right view. Now I think I want to be sure she's spotlighted. There. Okay. Now we're going to start in the ordinary fashion, lying on the floor, supine, everybody, and just take a few minutes to quietly breathe and notice where you are and how you got here and why you came. Maybe you can feel the back of the floor supporting your back. Feel your breath supporting you. And then we're going to start with vagus nerve reset. So bring your hands behind your head and either stack your hands or interlace your fingers. Your hands are in this position just to keep the head still while you move only the eyeballs. So without moving any other part of your body, shift your eyeballs to the right. Your eyes can be open or closed. Doesn't matter. Waiting for an involuntary sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. This is a quick trick to reset the vagus nerve with all sorts of benefits. You just have to Google it. I don't have time here to tell you how many benefits this reset has for you. Come back to center and shift your eyeballs to the left and wait for a sigh, yawn, swallow, or gulp. Come back to center and do this vagus nerve reset. 2 more sets, right, left, right, left. Finish up. And we'll do some head ramping just because we're in the head ramping position. Just press the back of the skull, the back of the base of the skull into your hands, into the floor. Hold and release. This is, if you have forward head or text neck, whatever you want to call it. If you have this, you may want to do this on the hour. It's another reset. It resets the cervical spine. And do that about 4 more times. Press, hold, explore what feels right in terms of where you press and how much you press. And finish up. Bring your arms down beside your hips or on your belly. We're going to do a breath work. I'm going to cue Viloma breath because I like it these days. If you like another breath better, any breathing practice is beneficial, and it's especially beneficial to create lung health, respiratory health, which is a good thing to have in the era of COVID. So the Viloma breath, you divide your inhale into 3 parts. The first third, you inhale, fill the lungs a third capacity, pause, then inhale again and fill the second third of the lungs, pause, and then inhale and completely fill the last third of the lungs, and then an ordinary exhale. Do that about 6 times. Finish up. We're going to do the bridge hypopressives, but if you want to, you can put, while you're doing the hypopressive bridge, you can put a brick between your thighs or a sponge ball. So I forgot to mention that was a possible prop. The reason I like to do this is if you have any herniation in your discs, if you have any gel that's oozing out between the vertebra, Dr. Fishman tells us this is one of the best ways to coax it back in, the bridge with a brick, or bridge with a squeeze, thigh squeeze. But we're going to combine this with hypopressives and the breath. So I'm going to cue you in 3 breaths. The last breath, make sure you make it really complete, and then no breath. And when you're doing no breath, you can actually feel like you're expanding your ribs and scooping the belly. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale completely. Hold your breath out, no breath. 1, 2, oh, lift your hips, arms overhead. 3, squeeze your brick. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And go ahead And bring everything down on your inhale and exhale. And I forgot to say dorsiflex your feet too. So let's do that again. And maybe we'll do a better job of cueing it this time. Who knows? Okay, now 3 breaths. So your feet are dorsiflex and the knees are bent. You're squeezing on your ball or your brick. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale completely. And now lift your hips and your arms go overhead. 1, no, hold your breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, and then exhale. Bring your arms down and your hips down. Take the sponge ball or the brick out from between your knees. And get a strap, because we're going to do leg stretch 1 and 2, timed. So I want you to know that today we have some core, I'm sprinkling core work. And just know that the hypopressives is always core work. So you're still lying down. Leg stretch 1, right leg up toward the ceiling. Hold on to the leg with a strap. Straighten your arms, 1 strap in each hand, and then just pull your foot towards your nose without lifting your hips. And I will start the timer. This is a bone building pose, but you should feel core work here too. You should feel the stomach, the abdominals helping with this movement. Bone building, timed 30 seconds. And go ahead and put both straps in your right hand and take your leg out to the right. And then try to keep the hips on the floor and the shoulders. So the only thing that's moving right is the right leg. And just breathe, we're timing, making sure that we stay here long enough to build some new bone. Come back, switch legs. Left leg up toward the ceiling. Hold on to your straps, 1 in each hand. The arms are straight. Just breathe and wait and enjoy. This is also obviously, this does many things. Everything, all of these moves do, multitask. This is also a hamstring stretch. You probably can feel that. And go ahead and put your both straps in your left hand. Keep your arms straight. Drop your left leg out to the side. It doesn't have to go to the floor. It's out there, and the hips should stay on the floor. Both hips, because the right hip will tend to lift up to help the left leg open up, but that's not. That's not fair. That doesn't do the job. And go ahead and bring that leg back. We're going to do abdominal windshield wipers, I'm calling them. And you are going to have your legs bent. Well, the first thing you're going to do, drop your feet to the floor and shift your hips to the left. So shift both hips to the left because you're going to drop your knees to the right. Now, bring your legs up into tabletop before you drop. Now, this is all abs. So when you're going out, feel your abs. When you're coming back, feel your abs. Drop your knees out to the right after you've shifted the hips to the left to allow the drop. And we're going to time here because this also can build bone in the hip and the hip socket and the femur. And it's a twist. It might even be building the bone density in the spine. And we have 10 more seconds. And when you do come back up, use your abdominals to do that and just come back up to the center. Hold on though, 1 more second. Now, come on up, use your abdominals, slowly, slowly, slowly. Now, drop your feet and bring your hips over to the right. So you have to make that little adjustment with your hips. Come up to tabletop and then come drop your knees to the left. Try to keep them stacked and stay here and wait for the timer, wait for the osteocytes to start rebuilding bone, just like they will do. Science has shown us. Breathing, enjoying. Come back up to center. Let's do this one more set. So drop your feet, shift your hips to the left, bring your feet up to tabletop, bent knees up to tabletop, and then drop to the right. We're going to stay here for 30 seconds. And remember, the core work in this is, especially when you come up, use your abdominals to bring your legs up. We have 15 more seconds. Come on up with your abs, I hope. Drop your feet, shift your hips to the right to make room for the move. Bring your knees up into tabletop and then drop them to the left. So this is also a spine twist, as you can see. Spine twist, ab work, bone building. What more could you want? Come on back, use your abs. And then come on down and come up into a chair. We're going to do a little bit of knee work and ankle health. We've done these knee moves before. We don't do them often, but there's 2 moves that you can do seated. They're kind of nice to know because you could do them. You know, you can imagine doing them, I don't know, when you're seated in a chair somewhere.
You want me this way or this way?
Forward, I think. Forward. Chair forward. So sit in a chair. Kathy may want to use a block because her legs are too short or her chair legs are too long, one or the other. Whatever you choose. So this is going to be one leg at a time. The problem with you on a brick, Kathy, is you don't get to slide. So I don't know how to do that. But basically, you're going to slide your heel forward in front of you on the chair. So one leg at a time, bent knee, slide forward there, that's better. And then lift. And then bend your knee and then drop your foot. Let's do that 2 more times on that side. Slide. Lift all the way up to parallel. Bend the knee and drop the foot. One more time on that side. Slide, lift. So, and then bend the knee and come on, drop the foot. Try to stay in a seated good posture if you can. You might even want to put a brick behind you to make sure that, or help you remember to sit up straight. Left side, this is great for the knee. It's good for some other things too, but slide the heel out, and then lift the foot to parallel, and then bend the knee and drop the foot. 2 more times. Slide, lift, bend, and drop. Slide, lift to parallel, bend the knee, and drop the foot. Nice. The next thing we're going to do is you're going to actually, I'm trying to think of whether to tell you to do this. You're going to, go ahead and we're going to start on the right. This is also for the knee. Start on the right, bend bring the knee straight out, bring the leg straight out in front of you, straight leg, and externally rotate it to the outside, and hold. We're going to hold for 10 seconds. So the idea is your leg is straight out in front of you. You're seated tall, good posture, and the leg is externally rotated, all of that. And what this does is actually strengthen the inside of the thigh. Yeah, right where Kathy's touching, actually. And go ahead and stop, and we'll go to the other side. Up, externally rotated, hold. I'm timing just to keep you up there, to build some strength in the inner thigh. This is often, the weakness in the inner thigh often causes or creates knee pain. Go ahead and bring it down. Bring your right knee up and come into a figure 4. So this is a hip opener, always a good hip opener. And then you're going to just do some ankle circles also. So we're going to add ankle circles. When you circle your ankles, make sure the circling is happening in the ankle, not in the front of the foot. And just a few circles one direction and a few circles another. And then when you're finished with that, go ahead and do a forward, flat back, hip hinge, forward over your bent knee. So remember, this is a hinge at the hip. Your spine is like a broomstick. Please open your chest, keep your chest open. Yeah, we could see you better if you were sideways here. You should feel a nice stretch especially through the low back. Remember, no rounding. Come back up slowly using your abdominals and switch sides. Figure 4 on the other side. Ankles first, ankle circles first. And when you've finished your ankle circles, a forward, flat back, hip hinge, forward. The chest stays open. The chin drops a little because you've lifted the back of the skull, just like we do when we're on the floor. And breathing and waiting for a few more seconds. And stop. Okay, so that's the chair seated part of the class. Come up to standing. We're going to do a back bend at the wall because I'm loving these lately, and I hope you come to love them also. So you're going to stand a little bit away from the wall. You need to be far enough away, close enough to the wall to get your hands up overhead onto the wall, palms facing the wall and fingers down. But you need to be far enough away to be able to open your chest. So be sure that you're expanding, bringing the chest forward. You can bring your legs a little closer together, Kathy. Back bend at the wall. I really like this for the upper back and also for bone building on the upper back. And we're going to time this. I didn't time it. I'm timing it now. So you get to stay a little longer than 30 seconds. Or come back down and go up again. See if you can bring your elbows together, Kathy. A little. Yeah. So you should be feeling the work of bone building when you do that. Come down, wiggle, shake, jump, scream, shout, and go back up when you're ready. Just for one more time. One more shot at this.
Hold on 1 second.
This is a posture, a good posture, a posture restorer, and a bone builder. And because of the tension you create by putting your arms up and over and pushing them into the wall, you can almost feel the bone. I think you can just feel the bones building, rebuilding. Up she goes. If you feel this in your upper back, you need to change your position and make it, take it out of the upper back. You should feel all of this. You should be feeling in the, if you feel in the lower back, you should be feeling it in the upper back. Okay, wiggle, shake, hoot and holler, and then come to the wall with your shoulder at the side of the wall. We're going to do a standing side spine twist at the wall. So I don't know what that's going to look like. I'd like to see your feet, actually.
I was just thinking that. I'm not sure what I can do here.
You either have to go farther away from the computer or shove the computer farther away from you. One of the two.
This might work.
Okay, let's see. You are standing with your shoulder next to the wall, and it's going to be pretty close, actually. Your shoulder is going to be pretty close to the wall, and you're inside the wall. The right leg steps forward, and the back leg is back, and it's angled out a little bit. And also bring it in. Well, let me say that if you can, have it directly behind your heel. If you can't, it's okay to have it a little farther out. Now, from here, keep the hips going. Well, they can go forward that way. Yeah, they can come to like the knees, and then bring your arms up in cactus and move them around. And you can drop your elbows a little bit. And we're going to time this. So this is a building, this twists do a lot of things, actually. I mean, this is going to release the upper back and the lower back. Be sure you don't go too far, obviously. But this is going to also build bone. Come out of that. Wiggle, wiggle and shout. Go to the other side. Slowly. The inside leg is the one that's forward, Kathy. Kathy, the left leg forward, right leg behind you, angled a little bit. And that stance is your own personal stance. Some people it's going to be big, some it's going to be smaller. Now from there, and then rotate your torso towards the wall while your hips are forward. This is the classic spine twist, or one of them, up against the wall. I really like it, actually, because pressing on the wall, I think, really creates the torque that you need to benefit from a twist and to build bone. Come on back. And let's do push-ups at the wall or on a shelf or a table, or with something that won't fall. So you're just going to put your hands on the wall or the shelf or the railing and step out, step back till you're on an angle, a big angle. So let's see, drop your hands a little bit more, Kathy. Yeah. And now pressing push-ups. So the arms bend and see how she keeps her back really straight. So this is definitely ab work. If you want to, you can do this on the floor, you know, a regular push-up on the floor, but having this on an angle is actually really good too. Push-ups on the floor or on the wall. Nice form, Kathy. The idea is to keep your spine straight as a stick and use your abdominals in the move. After you finish that, come on back onto your back, supine, and we're going to do another set here, and then we'll close with a quadruped prone set. The first thing you're going to do is, I call it marching core. So you're lying on the floor. You may have a towel under your head, or a stack of towels, depending on how tight your upper back is. And then you're going to bend your knees and march. So one bent knee comes forward to 90 degrees and then the other. And I want you to feel the work that's happening in the abdominals. So, up, yep, and then up, and up. So do it slowly so you can feel what's happening and feel the abdominals kicking in to help you do this. Marching leg lifts. So this is core work. You could do this lying on the couch. And finish your last set. And cross your right leg. Bring your right knee forward and cross it over the ankle. Take both hands and bring them around the left thigh. And we're going to rock back and forth So you're going to bend your elbows and straighten them. So bend the elbows and release them. So bend. And let me say that if you have trouble reaching your thighs, you may want to put your entire back on a pillow. Do you have a pillow that you could demonstrate this, Kathy? Or maybe two pillows, because some people can't reach their thighs when they're, in the position of supine. So we're going to do a lift, something of a lift. Do you have another pillow?
I do.
I think another pillow would be good.
It doesn't match.
And they don't have to match. They don't have to match in any way, shape, or form. Okay, now, so she's going to lift the back up, and this is going to help her reach her thigh. Now this might be a little easier. So, and your head, you need to be sure that you're not yanking your head back. So keep it up. Rocking figure 4. So this is a resistance stretch. You're always resisting and always rocking. So pull your thigh in, bend your elbows so the right elbow presses the right hip out or thigh out, and then release. And keep doing it. You should feel a nice stretch across the hips, the buttocks. And then finish up and go to the other side. Rocking figure 4. See how she bends her elbow? She bends, and then that's the main movement, is the bend of the elbow. But always the thigh is resisting what the hands are doing. So because this is a resistance stretch. And finish that up, and we're going to do a modified Pilates 100, which hundreds, we're not going to do 100 of them. But you'll probably want something under your head, and in some cases, you might want a pillow to prop your chest up, just like we did in figure 4. If you can't, the problem is that you might have trouble keeping your head lifted. So if you have a block or something to put under your head, it's really mainly the head that you need, not under your chest probably. So the not under the chest. I don't think so.
Oh.
Just the head, just under the head. Something under the head, maybe. Okay, now you're going to bring, so here you're going to bring your hands beside your hips, palms down, straight forward. You're going to bring one leg up, one knee, bent knee up, and then the other, tabletop. Drop your heels a little bit. Kathy, drop your heels. And now start pumping your arms. Lift your head a little bit and pump your arms. So the idea is to have the stomach, the rib cage, move towards the pelvis. That's the ab work. And the arms are straight, parallel with the floor, Kathy. The arms are parallel with the floor, palms down. Pumping like this. Boom, 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 boom. Pumping up and down, not yeah. Pumping your hands up and down. So not that either. So far we haven't got it. So your hands are going to be straight. Your palms are going to be fingers together, palms facing the floor. Pump from the shoulder. Pump from the shoulder. Pump up and down on the floor. Yeah, it's more like that, only it's smaller. Pump up and down. So, not that either. Okay, I'm going to try to show this, I think. some people may already know this. This is a Pilates movement, and it's a really good core movement, and you're supposed to do 100 of them, but you know, we aren't going to do 100. We're going to do 10 if we get it straight, we're going to do 10. You're going to have to tell me where, I'm going to have to take Kathy out of the spotlight.
And yeah, spotlight yourself, Mom.
Me in the spotlight, what? And then I'm going to go here. Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm saying, some people are going to have neck issues. So they're going to want to put something in their head, even though the head is lifted. I would actually put it like this. So the idea is that the rib cage moves.
Hi, Frida.
Cat, Frida.
Mom.
Please. The rib cage moves toward, you can feel the ab work. The rib cage is moving towards the pelvis. Just because you did this. Here you are. Frida, you're going to have to get out of the way. Here you are.
Oh,
Up like this. Pumping, 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 pumping.
okay.
And then if you're brave, you're going to be pumping out like this. But this is fine for today. If this is too much, this is good too. What you're trying to do is shrink here. You exercise here. Okay? That's it. Everybody take your places. I will unspotlight me. There she goes. So I just couldn't describe the pumping. That's why demonstrating sometimes works better than words.
I don't think I'm spotlighted.
Well, you aren't yet. Let me get to that. Okay, so in the purest world, you would not have anything under your head, but I'm worried about people who have neck issues. So that's where I'm thinking some of you might need to put something under your head so that your head is lifted and just the way Kathy's is lifted, but somehow it's supported while you do this. Yoga ball. Oh, I think Caitlin has something going on here that she's gonna, I can't find your chat though. Oh, there, yoga ball under the head really works. Yes, that would be the sponge ball, the sponge ball under your head. So, and you can stop this. You should be exhausted by now. But can you feel the core work? So this is really focuses on core. And in Pilates, people, they do it 100 times. That's the drill. But we might do that. We might add that and work up to 100. So that is called the hundreds by Pilates. It's a Pilates move. Let's go into a quadruped, hands and knees. And we're going to do another core movement that focuses on core. It's called bird dog. We're going to do levels because we have time to do this. So we're going to start. So everybody on their hands and knees. And then starting with the right leg, keep the toes on the floor and straighten that leg out behind you. Nice. Now, and then alternate. So then bring it back and do the left leg. And all the while, feel the core engaged while you're warming up for the. And now the next thing you're going to do is lift the leg. So to start out like this and now lift it parallel to the floor. Bring it back down, toe to the floor, and then bring it up. Out, up, down, forward. Just one more of those. Using the core And now we're going to do the full bird dog. This means right leg goes out and up, and left arm out and up. Try to keep, nice form. Try to keep your hips and shoulders even. And we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. If you can. Feel the core holding you there. This is also obviously a balancing exercise. And switch sides. The left leg out and up, right arm out, up. Staying here, breathing, using the core, feeling the core activate to keep you up here. Nice work. Come on down. Let's do a moving plank. So the moving plank is so you don't have to think about standing in plank. If you like just doing a plank and holding it, feel free to do that. But Kathy's going to take one leg out and then the other. Both legs out. Then the one leg comes in and the other. And one leg out. So this is a moving plank. So if she wants to hold, she can do that too. But we just barely got her to this position. So remember, you're creating a straight line between your shoulders and your heels. So you can drop your butt a little bit, Kathy. Mm-hmm. So either a moving plank or a holding plank. I'm going to go ahead and put on 30 seconds. If you're holding, you can hold for 30 seconds. Nice work, everybody. Come into a transitional child's pose. Just drop your hips back. Your knees can be wide or narrow. And crawl your arms, straight arms forward. Try to get a big stretch, a little bit traction in the spine. And just stay here and breathe. And then find your way onto your belly for the prone back extension. Level 1 and 2. So your arms are at your side, palms up. Take an inhale to prepare. And exhale, lift your arms, your chest, your head. Drop your chin a bit, Kathy. And stay here. And breathe. And inhale to prepare to return to the floor. And then exhale, return to the floor. We're going to add airplane. So the arms will come out to the side. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Stay here with a breath, maybe coming up a little bit more. Take an inhale to prepare for airplane and an exhale to come into airplane. And then we're going to stay here. This is a bone builder, among other things. This also creates strength in the muscles along the spine. So this is a great pose to do as often as you can. Inhale to prepare to return to level 1, and then exhale and just come on down. And bring your arms out in a T for the thoracic mobility stretch. Arms out in a T, looking to the right, right leg comes up and over. So the hips can move, the shoulders stay on the ground. Just breathing and holding. I think we should hold this one too, because I'm thinking a lot of this is a twist. I think that a lot of this will also bone build if you hold it long enough. And then come on back. Go to the other side. Look left, left leg up and over. And holding and breathing and keeping your armpits on the floor. Your hips can move all they want. You can bend your top knee if you want. Some people like to do that, but it's your choice. Just try it out. I think this movement is one of the things that's making Kathy's upper back a lot more mobile. Come on back and find your way onto your back for Yoga Nidra, 61-point guided meditation. Remember, you may want to put a blanket over your body. You may want to put a washcloth over your eyes. I'm going to stop my video. The idea is to be warm and comfortable. You can extend your legs and keep your knees bent. You can put a pillow or a blanket underneath your knees and extend your legs that way. Go ahead and start to notice your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This completes your 61-point guided yoga nidra meditation. Go ahead and bring yourself back to the room, your attention back to the room, and extend your legs out along the mat and your arms overhead and stretch in both directions, wiggling and stretching and circling your wrists and your ankles. Right side, left side. And then begin to hug your knees, one knee, the other knee, both knees, rocking side to side. And roll all the way over to the side into a fetal position. Use your bottom arm as a pillow. Take a few breaths and use your top arm to bring yourself up to your favorite floor-seated position. Everyone unmute yourself. And I will cancel the spotlight video and I will change my view to gallery. And you can change your view to gallery also, but I don't think I can do that for you. Oh, and I didn't take my video, my picture away.
There she is.
There I am.
Okay.
So here we are. Bring your hands to your heart. Press them strong. And then let them go. Still there, still in the same position. Lift the skull up toward the sky and then rock it, nod it forward over your cervical, top of your cervical spine. And just nodding and bowing to each other, honoring each other, noticing and remembering the light that is each of us and is all of us together. And we'll close the class by saying to each other, Namaste.
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 Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you.